Like, remember that lady? She had her laptop and she was like just doing work.
She was just
She
there.
was living
She's
her
like,
best life.
This is just what I do during the week. I just come up to this
here
bar and have a snack and a drink and do my work. I'm like, this is the life I want to live.
This is the life. This is the life that Sarah's going to live. Just so everybody.
Hey, friends, and thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of The Tiki Room. We've done it, and we are finally talking about adulting at Disney. We hope you enjoy.
I'm so hungry looking at this.
We're recording.
Oh, good. I am. Y'all, we're talking about adults at Disney today, and I'm currently looking at the Disney Food Blog Instagram page, and I am so hungry.
What is the current festival going on?
I don't even know. The food is so good looking, though. I think that I'm looking at waffles, but I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
They're covered in something. Let's see what the current festival is. I think it's the Flower and Garden Festival.
That's right.
Is that right? Does that sound right to you?
Mm-hmm.
So today, on today's episode, we're going to talk about adult experiences at Disney. Wait, it's not Food and Wine, is it?
No, Food and Wine's in the fall.
Oh, yeah.
It's Flower and Garden. You're right.
Sorry, everyone. And I'm looking at Disneyland. Fake news. Fake news. Sorry, California. So there are a lot of people that we know who adult Disney. Do I need to move it that way?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Also, I went to the Justin Bieber concert last night, and I went to bed at 11:45. Just so everyone knows, I turn into a pumpkin at 10 o'clock.
That's true.
Very true. So I was out way past my bedtime. So we know a lot of people who adult Disney, or their kids are older and they can just like chill. Mm-hmm. They can chill Disney, if that makes sense. And so one of the things that I was just telling Sarah, I have a friend who's going to Disney. They're going to Orlando. Mm-hmm. They're not staying at Disney. They're staying at, I don't know, a Marriott.
They could stay at the Gaylord.
Yes, they're staying at a non-Disney hotel, but they're
JW?
staying probably
Your dream.
Yeah. Yes. They're staying somewhere down there, and she said, she was like, we just want to go and do the monorail, and we want the kids to just like hang out. What do we do? And so I gave her several ideas, but I was like, make a reservation at somewhere. Disney's Grand Floridian, mm-hmm. Contemporary, or Polynesian.
Mm-hmm. Like one of those restaurants?
One of the resorts. Just like make a reservation so you can park there.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Sorry, Disney, that I'm telling people to make reservations so they can park. So you can park there.
But they should eat there too.
Well, I told her there.
Delicious.
Yeah. So I said start at the Polynesian, mm-hmm. make the reservation for Kona, feed the kids.
Yes.
Like get the chicken fingers if you have the kids.
Right.
Feed the kids, get it out of the way. And then I was like, y'all need to go to Trader Sam's Outdoor, ask for Adam.
Yes.
He's the only male server there. Did you know that? That's the
No.
guy we had. I only know that
Really?
because I was like, Adam, I couldn't remember your name. And he's like, it's Adam. I'm the only guy that's working here. And I'm the only guy that works as a server here.
At
And
Trader
then
Sam's.
when Scott and when Scott and I went back afterwards and we sat out with the kids, when did we go? When we saw you? Labor Day?
Yep.
Adam was our waiter again. He did not remember me, but I remembered him.
Oh my gosh.
Such a nerd. So I was like, y'all need to go sit outside at Trader Sam's
Mm-hmm.
because they cannot go they cannot go inside. What's that bar called? The Tiki Room?
No, I think it's called Trader Sam's.
But there's the outside and then there's the inside.
Yes.
The inside is an adult only experience.
That's right.
And the inside, the bar.
Well, I thought we saw kids in there.
Did we?
I think we
Let
saw
me
kids
just-
in there.
let
I think
me
that you
make-
can bring kids in.
Let me be very honest with you. I'm not bringing my kids in there.
No. I'm not interested in that. But
If that's what you're interested in and you're listening to this, that's a great journey for you to be
Yes.
on. But this girl right here is not bringing her kids in there.
no.
It is a very cool experience. The drinks are very sweet. Mm-hmm. The flatbread pizza is delicious.
That was good. We got two of those,
We
didn't
did
we?
get two of them, and I'm pretty sure I ate both of them all by myself and gave you and Ashley one piece each. But with the inside bar, so the outside bar is just first come, first serve. You walk up. It's very pretty. It's on the water. They'll play live music, but the menu is delicious.
Yes.
They had that pineapple beer that was so good. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And I like randomly crave it because I'm a weirdo.
Listen. All right. So did
And
we
then
say
You
what
go.
we're talking about today?
No, I think so. I don't know. I went to bed at 11:45 last night.
Yes. No. So Elizabeth has all the good stories about doing adult stuff at Disney. So we want to talk today about being adults at Disney World with or without your kids. I mean, I think, like you said, to your point, you can do some things.
Yeah.
Like with your kids. You did that with the Wish Halls.
Yeah.
Like you fed them before, the kids before, and then you guys did some stuff. I mean, you had your kids, but they like watched a movie on a tablet while you guys were able to just like hang out as adults. But that's what we're talking about, because we tried to do an adult Disney episode a few months ago. I don't know, probably 6 months ago. And it was so offensive we had to delete it.
That one. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. I was like,
I shared a lot of opinions.
Yeah. I was like, we can't release this. Nobody will ever listen to us again.
100%.
So that's what we want to talk about, because we've had some trips and during the fall, and we had a great time. And well, during this fall, we just had one trip that was an adult one. But last year we took a couple, and then you've done some with your dad before, and it's been great.
It's been great.
It wasn't like we're staying there for several days, but you guys went down there for like a special birthday dinner or something. And like that is what we're going to talk about today, is like being an adult without kids at Disney and what
that journey looks like for you.
That's right. So what Elizabeth's talking about right now is doing monorail stuff, because that is very fun.
Yes. So if you're not going into the park,
right,
you can do the monorail bar crawl. And Sarah, Ashley, and I did this when we went in October.
Yes.
And so we started at the Polynesian, which was wonderful. We did so Trader Sam's opens at 2 p.m. The inside tiki room opens at 2 p.m.
Okay.
And you can't make a reservation. You have to be there to put your name on the list. And we were there right after 2 o'clock. Do you remember? We were there at like 2:15.
Yes.
And the wait list was 45 minutes long. So we went, put our name in, sat outside, had some snacks and drinks, and then we went inside. And then we took the monorail to the Grand Floridian, and we ate at that, what was that called? The Beauty and the Beast one.
We went to the Enchanted Rose.
Oh my goodness.
I loved that place.
It is beautiful.
Yes.
They've got like this beautiful Carrara marble waterfalled bar. We sat in that, and I was very shocked at how many people, like, remember that lady? She had her laptop and she was like just doing work.
She was just
She was living her best life.
This is just what I do during the week. I just come up to this
here
bar and have a snack and a drink and do my work. I'm like, this is the life I want to live. What is happening?
This is the life that Sarah's going to live, just so everybody knows.
Emily said that they did the Enchanted Rose and they like closed it down. They loved it.
It's so good. It is so good. And so there's a restaurant right next to it.
Is it the Grand Floridian Cafe?
No,
Citricos.
Citricos.
Yes.
I'm never going to say that again. Just so everybody knows, I'm going to say it wrong at least 6 times.
That's fine. That's what people expect now.
Yes,
it's fine.
100% they do.
Okay.
So when we went there with the Wish Halls.
That's right.
So we started at the Enchanted Rose Room, and poor Hunter, that was his first time at Disney, and he was very culture shocked by the price. Scott ordered an old fashioned, and he was like, Scott, that's a $26 old fashioned. And Scott was like, it's Disney, Hunter. Poor guy. So we ate, we did cocktails there, and then we went to say it again.
Enchanted Rose. Oh, Citricos.
Yes. We went there for dinner. And that was so, like, if you need a sit down meal and you're not going to bar hop, go get drinks at the Enchanted Room and then go to
Citricos.
One day.
I am shocked. I don't hear like a ton of fantastic reviews, not bad reviews, but I just don't.
You don't hear about it.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what Scott said. Scott was like, I've never heard of this place. And he's a food snob.
Yes, I know.
So that was during COVID, Victoria and Albert's, which is their 5 Michelin star, is that what it's called?
I think so.
The Michelin Man Tire star. Whatever it is. Disney has a 5 Michelin star restaurant called Victoria and Albert's.
Yes.
It is a 13-course meal. I think that there's only 12 tables in the whole restaurant. They're only open for dinner. I've eaten there. It's phenomenal. Well, the chef from that when they closed that down for COVID, they pulled him from there and put him at Citricos.
Oh.
So when we ate there, it was his food. And y'all, it was if I'm going to name a top 5 dining experience that I've ever had my whole entire life, Citricos was in the top 5.
What did you guys get? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I know I'm the
Let's
worst.
text Scott and ask him if he remembers.
Good idea.
Because I love telling people about the food at Disney because I'll hear we have a friend going.
I'm just taking a picture for Scott.
We have a friend going with his kids in a week, and then his parents and siblings are all going to join down there just to have a birthday dinner for one of the kids. But the adults want to have a good dinner, one that, you know, the child enjoys and everything, but they want to have like a good dinner that's not just like chicken fingers and fries. And I think that a lot of people just assume that you can't really get a good dinner. You can't get a good meal at Disney.
I think that you're not going to find one it's going to be harder to find a very good meal in the parks. You have to go in the resorts for that experience.
Yes.
And even downtown Disney Springs, even Disney Springs, some of that is, I don't know, theme parked. Like the food is like,
it's like chains.
It's chains.
There's a lot of chains.
Yes,
which some people are totally fine with that. Yeah. I don't love a chain restaurant. Yeah, if there was a Chili's there, can you imagine?
Oh my gosh,
we would go there every time.
So many chips and salsa, endless,
margaritas everywhere.
Have you seen the meme? And it's like, if I was on death row and they said, "What's your last meal?" and I said, "Endless chips and salsa from Chili's," would I extend my death sentence because it's endless?
Endless.
I would say that 100%.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, everyone. Okay. So, but I will say, like in Epcot, there's like, what's the one in Canada? I almost called it Canada. That's embarrassing.
The steakhouse.
Yeah. That's apparently like that in like Mexico, but it's still, Mexico outdoor, not inside Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not like, I'm comparing foods to my food experience of when I lived in Charleston.
Le Cellier.
Le Cellier
is the Canadian restaurant. I know that Robin and Brad have been there once or twice, but I don't know anybody else who's been there, and they said it's good. But yeah, the only park to really go into
to eat food,
a really good meal, is Epcot
or Brown Derby and Hollywood Studios.
That's right.
But I do think for your friends that are, yes, the food. If you look into, and it has to be the nicer resorts, like you're not going to find this at Caribbean Beach. You're going to find this at your top tier resorts.
Yeah. The deluxe resorts are going to have
deluxe is
kind of the fine dining, sit down, server comes to your table. We did
talk about California. Okay. Yes. We did talk about California Grill that one time.
Yep.
Which is another, in my opinion, from where I've had California Grill in the past, and I feel like they've like, because they want you to eat in an hour and a half and they want you out. Mm-hmm. California Grill did this thing where they like were also on that train. Mm-hmm. And then I think that they stopped because people were like, no, I'm here for this experience.
Right.
So also, if you're a wine snob, California Grill has a phenomenal wine list.
Yeah, they have like a whole cellar that you can walk through and take your time to look at.
And I'm not just talking like your Silver Oak and Camus. I'm talking like they've got some real good... Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that we had like a 2010 Paul Hobbs bottle of wine, which is a very good bottle of wine that is very hard to find. And we had it there. So if you're a wine snob, if you're an adult wine snob and you heard that, Sarah's looking at me like, what is that?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't even know. But I do remember how excited Scott got that it was on the list because it's like one that
you can't find. It's very hard to find.
Yes.
So if you're listening to this and you know what that is, you should probably put that on your places to eat there.
Yes.
And I want to say that citricose. I want to say that they had a moderate wine cellar wine list.
Okay.
But okay, so we're in the Grand Floridian. You've done the truffle fries. You got to get the truffle fries. Oh, sorry. You've got to get the truffle fries at the Enchanted Room.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That was so good.
I also recommend getting the truffle sauce on the side, just so you can like do a little dippy dip, you know? But if you need to eat a full meal, I would say there, and I would do that over Narcosis.
Narcoosse's?
What are you saying? That is not how you say it. It's narcosis.
Narcosis?
Oh,
maybe it is. This. No, it might be. You might be right because it's a. I think I've just heard it pronounced Narcooses. That's why.
Narcosis.
I mean, that's narcos, like Mexico, like the.
Oh, it's saying that that's a drug thing.
Yeah, that's narcos. Like that's the
state of stupor, drowsiness. Oh, that's awkward.
That's the.
Isn't that the sea guy? Isn't that like a sea god? Like.
I don't know, but I just know of the Netflix series Narcos. That's about
that is
a drug cartel.
Let's do this. What'd you call Narcooses? Narcooses. Oh, that's embarrassing. That is. I just did the Siri voice to text, and I typed it in Google, and I said Narcooses, and that is what Disney's.
It did come up like that.
So that's how you pronounce it.
Listen, I wouldn't have known just reading it. I just heard it. Like watching.
Do you know how many times I've called it narcosis? You're not shocked.
People know what you're talking about. Okay, don't worry. When you say Star Wars World.
But what about the people that I've planned trips for that's never been to Disney's? And I'm like, you should go to narcosis. It's a state of stupor. Oh, Lord. Maybe that's what they said. Yes. Anyway, so I would take Citricos over...
Narcooses. Okay.
Which Narcooses is there. It's on the water. It's seafood. That was that was the Grand Floridian fine dining experience. That was their California Grill.
Wow. And you think that Citricos is better?
100%.
Wow. Okay.
If I never went back to Narcooses and I only went to Citricos, I would 100% do it.
Okay. You did a good job.
I did. Thanks. Yeah, I said all the right things. So then you can just hop on the little monorail and go over to California Grill. So here's a fun fact about California Grill. If you know this, I'm going to be impressed because I didn't know this. You can go at any point in time and put your name on the bar waitlist menu. Waitlist, no menu.
It's like a lounge, kind of like how we did the Hollywood Brown Derby.
Yes,
you can just go and be
so
in the
if
lounge.
if you don't want to sit at a table, which they have limited tables. If you don't want to sit at a table and you just want to sit at the bar, go at like 4:00.
Yes.
Put your name on it and then they'll call you. And you can do we want to come back at 7:00. Like if they have nothing available or if they have the availability to put you down for like a 7:00, they can.
Yeah. I mean, I only know that because we have friends who did that.
Yeah.
Who they already knew. They, were like longtime Disney people and had friends that were cast members, and they would on the regular go with their kids, go to Magic Kingdom for the day, and then at 4:00 go over and just see if the lounge was open. If they were taking people, they would eat there, get their kids like pizza or whatever, and you can order almost anything off of the regular menu.
Hungry. I'm gonna
at the lounge.
Let's see if they have an Instagram.
Yes, but then they said that you can keep your receipt from your 4:00. If you don't want to watch the nighttime show at Magic Kingdom, you can go back.
Oh, and rooftop it?
If you have your receipt for the same day and show it to them, and they'll let you go on the rooftop and watch the nighttime show from there. So,
excuse me.
Uh-oh, she found something, y'all.
So I typed in on Instagram, California Grill, and then I went to tags. Okay, so I'm looking at people's tagged, like hashtag posts, okay? Vegan Disney Food posted this. It's a beautiful salad. I'm going to scroll up so you cannot. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. Okay. Don't read anything. Just look at the picture. Beautiful.
Oh, that looks delicious. Yes. Very colorful.
I'm going to read this.
It's vegan, though. So.
It is. That's fine. It's a salad.
It's a salad. That's fine.
This salad is beautiful, but I'm not sure it's $89 beautiful.
What? $89? Is there gold in it?
Disney Resort. Disney's Contemporary. Location, California Grill. Dish, heirloom apple salad, not cider. Price, $89.
What's in it?
Part of the Prix. What is a Prix?
Prefix.
Prix fix.
Fine. Prefix.
Here we are.
That's what she means.
I have a college degree. What does that mean?
A prefix menu.
Okay, so the whole menu is $89. That salad itself is not $89.
Yeah, so you pay a certain amount and then you get to pick like salad, entree, dessert.
Okay, then that's fake news. It's not. That means that it's not $89. Sorry, everyone. That was fake news, but it does.
A la carte would be.
Oh, that's fake news too.
A la carte would be each thing.
Okay.
You pay for each thing.
It is the portion, like the plates are there. It's for the present. You're getting a presentation with it. Man, this pizza is looking real good.
There's so much good stuff you can get. Don't be afraid to go. I know we kind of go back to this. If you have your kids with you, if they're old enough, and if you feel like they're chilled out enough, don't be afraid to go and do a sit down meal with your kids at one of these restaurants, because listen, similar to the Disney Cruise Line, they're going to bring out whatever you want for your children. Also, if you say, do you have chicken fingers and fries? They will say yes, and they will go and get that.
It's a family. Disney is a family-friendly place.
Yeah, they'll go to Chef Mickey's if they need to. Yes. Bring it up to the California Grill.
Here's a picture of a sweet little baby from Hakuna Matata Travels.
Oh.
Okay, wait. I just saw something, and I'm going to go back to it. Their sushi is very good.
Their sushi is very good. So whenever I go to Epcot, my favorite thing to do adult-wise at Disney is to do the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot. I think that's so fun. So I love to stay at a place that's on the Skyliner.
I want to talk about how you do that versus how I do that, because you do it right and I just kind of...
No, you just do it a different way. That's okay. I like to stay at a place on the Skyliner, take the Skyliner to and from, and then you just work yourself around the world. Now, what I usually will not do is eat sushi at one of those, at one of the festival booths. I feel nervous about that. It's like, well, just because...
Should I?
No, I mean, maybe I don't know. I probably shouldn't. I know that everything is going to be fine, but I just can't imagine it's that good to...
Wait, weren't you with me when I got the sushi donut?
Yes. With as fast as they bring it out,
you're like it's raw.
I mean, it's raw and it's supposed to be raw, but as quick as they're turning it out, I just don't know. I feel like they're probably pre-made and then they put them out, and so it's not made right then and there.
I see.
And so
the freshness is what's concerning
I want
to be clear. She's not saying that it's sitting out. It's not sitting out like they have it refrigerated.
I think so. Yeah, I think that it's just like refrigerated, pre-made, and so which is fine. Like it's at Publix too, and I'm fine to get that at Publix, but I don't want to pay, the $6 just for that or $7 for that.
I was going to say 12, but that was nice.
Is it 12?
It's got to be something like that.
I'm sure it is, because going to a grocery store and getting it is around like $8 or $9. But I don't love that. But I would go to the Japanese restaurant.
Oh, in Japan?
In Japan.
Let me tell you.
And get sushi.
That place is dank. It is so good.
Really?
It is so good. Are you talking about, they have two.
Uh-huh.
Both of them. Very good.
Really? So they have a hibachi one?
Yes, which so everybody knows, that's like fake. Do you know that they have no hibachi places in Japan?
That's like an Americanized.
It's an Americanized thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen, also back to my memes, have you seen the meme and it's like, do you think that in Japan they have like girls and people like sitting on lawn chairs? Like we have
Yes.
Oh, so good.
Takumi Thai. And then Tempanito. So Tempanito is the hibachi, and then Takumi Thai must be. It says it's temporarily closed, so I guess it's not open like right now. A lot of places aren't completely open yet, but this looks like sushi. This looks like super fine dining Japanese food.
Yeah,
in Japan.
Yeah,
have you been here?
Yes.
Oh man,
I know. Listen, I haven't been to a lot of places, but I've been to that.
I know. You've been to a good amount of places. Tell us about, so I know we're jumping around a little bit, like talking about, food and wine and monorail
we finished the monorail. That's it.
No, but Victoria and Albert's. You've done Victoria and Albert's.
Yeah.
And in terms of what you can expect, like, you said it's 13 courses.
Been overserved that night.
You said it's 13 courses, but tell me like the time frame, how long, your experiences.
So it was for my dad's 60th birthday.
Okay.
And my wonderful, there it is. It was right before COVID. Oh, it was right before COVID. Oh, look at my buddy. He's so little. So
you're talking about Reed?
Yes. Oh. So little. So it was my dad's 60th birthday. my wonderful husband was fishing in Costa Rica without his wife. And my dad and my husband are wine snobs together. Mm-hmm. It's a competition for them.
I love their relationship.
They have a great relationship. They were neighbors. They're business partners. Like, there's no getting out of this family. So sorry, Scott Brannick. But their wine fascination, this is important for me to break this down, and then I'll talk about the food experience. It's a competition of who can find a rarer wine and for a better price.
Okay.
It's all about a deal. Everything's a deal.
That's
deal or no deal.
Have they ever found the same bottle at different restaurants, like separately, and they've been drastically different prices?
Oh, yes, all the time.
Really?
But also, fun fact about Pay Fauché and Scott Brannick is they do not love to buy wine off of a menu because they have it in their wine cellars. And they're like, you've got this listed for $400. I bought it for $110. Like, I'm not.
Yes.
So
but they go to restaurants, and if they've never seen it before, they can't get their hands on it, then they'll buy it. Okay.
Yes. So Victoria and Albert's so Scott is gone, and I'm like, sorry, you're not going to love the experience I'm going to have. I'm not loving the experience you're having without me. So that's to suck. So, we get there, and there's a harpist. I'm going to take this picture. This is our waiter with Pate. This is the bottle of wine. He got a bottle of 1960s Rothschild.
Oh my gosh.
Just so everybody knows.
That's the server?
That's the server.
He's in a suit.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is coat, not tie. Coat is required. Mm-hmm. Ladies must be dressed. Like, no jeans, no shorts, no skimpy clothes. Mm-hmm. It is very appropriate.
Thank you.
So Pate gets a bottle of 1960s Rothschild, which the Rothschild wine vineyard, the grapes date back to like the 1500s. What? So the grapevine itself is how many years old is that, Sarah? 500? Yes. I can't do the math on that. Yes. Look at me. I went to Justin Bieber last night.
Yes.
So the grapevines itself are that old. So they're producing grapes that literally, I'm a nerd. I'm going to go straight nerd for a hot minute.
It's okay.
This is the difference between old world wine and new world wine. I know, I'm sorry. But think about what that vine has been through. Mm-hmm. That vine was through so many world wars.
Yes.
Everything.
This is the history nerd coming out. Everybody get ready for it.
It's in France. So
Buckle in.
You saw the French Revolution. You imagine the people there was one. So the sommelier was telling us, and the sommelier was amazing. He was telling us, he's like, there's one area of the Rothschild vineyards that during one of the wars, that's where the soldiers hid, like in the vineyards. And can you imagine if a grape was picked and it was during this, anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. So the food. Okay. So they bring out the food.
I love how excited you are about this because it shows how much shows a part of you. You love history so much, and you're just imagining.
Here they are.
What these grapevines have been through.
I know. I
love it. You're so happy. If people could see the look on your face right now, she's glowing.
I am glowing, but I'm also glowing because I'm looking at these pictures, and this guy brought out a truffle box.
Stop.
Full of chocolate truffles, not truffle fries. And you just whatever you want. So I didn't take any food pictures. I'm thinking I did not take any food pictures. So sorry. This was the coffee. Oh, I need to post these pictures. I'm going to send these pictures to you to post.
Yes.
So I think it's expensive. It's like $270 a person. Maybe it was $320. I can't remember.
Okay.
But it is a Prix Fix menu. It's a prefix menu.
It's a Prix Fix.
And you get everything. They bring everything out. And you get it from 1 to 13. Mm-hmm. And I think the only add-on was the first course. They had caviar, but you could upgrade the caviar.
There's an upgrade to caviar?
Yes.
This is fancy that I don't even understand.
I didn't hate it. Let me be honest with you. This is the coffee maker. I'm going to show this to you, and then you can post this so everybody. Okay. When Emily Dostey texts us and says, I want a picture of it.
Yes.
She did the water bottle.
That's the coffee maker?
That's the coffee maker.
Looks like a chemistry set.
It is. So the fire underneath it boiled the water. I think I have it on video too.
Wow.
I was definitely overserved at this point in time. Yeah, see? And then it shoots the water up and then it grounds it and then it comes back down. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
Look at my buddy. Look at how little he is.
Oh.
That's the next day.
So, the kids.
Sorry. Anyway. Oh, God. So sorry, everyone. I don't have any food pictures.
So excited.
This is embarrassing.
No, it's fine. What I'm curious about is the 13-course meal. What is that modeled after? Like, that's a...
Oh, let's see. Is it modeled after something?
I don't know.
Is this a trick question?
How do you... Is that just a fancy way? That's how super rich people eat? Is that they eat 13 courses?
No, I think...
Is that like a European style? You know what I mean?
No, I think that's just a way to... like, in terms of fine dining experiences, I think that's just a way for you to... It's different every night. So the chef sets it. And so if you go to a dinner like that where there's courses that you get no selection on, it's the chef is showcased. So you are there for the chef's presentation.
Okay, so you're not picking off.
I'm not picking anything.
You're just eating what they give you.
Yes.
Do they ask you if you have allergies?
They do, and you have to give that to them ahead of time.
Okay.
You can't just walk into this experience, everyone. Okay. You do have to have that. And classic Victorian elegance meets haute American cuisine at this AAA 5-diamond award. So when I said Michelin, I lied.
That makes sense. Victorian experience.
Well, and that is, and Victoria and Albert was Queen Victoria and her husband.
Okay. This is all making sense now.
Yes. So it was featured in Forbes. Okay, back to your question. Oh, wait. Enjoy your meal in the dining room, the chef's table in the kitchen, or the more private Queen Victorian room, whichever you'd prefer. So Chef Scott Hunnell and his team source global markets daily for the finest fish, meats, and produce available to create the chef's distinguished meal, from Spanish octopus with, don't even ask me how to pronounce this word, ham, something ham, Alberico, I don't know, and sherry vinaigrette, to whimsical poached eggs with Florida corn and crawfish. Every dish shines as Chef Hunnell creates this invitation for you and the guests. Okay, so all of that to say, sorry, I was reading ahead and then I got back to where I was.
This is an adult experience that, like, it has to be planned out. This is,
yes,
you're calling the 180 days.
Dress code. Men must wear dinner jackets with dress pants or slacks and shoes. Ties are optional. Women must wear cocktail dress, nice dress, dressy pantsuit, or a skirt with a blouse. Jeans, shorts, capri pants, sandals, flip-flops, or tennis shoes are not permitted. And let me tell you, they will not let you in.
Right. It doesn't matter how much.
The cancellation fee is $75 a person. For pricing, you have to call the restaurant. I think it was like $325 a person. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted and I'm back here. So there are weird things. There were things on the menu that I don't even know. Like,
but you ate it.
I ate it. Okay. And let me tell you, it was amazing. Or like, I don't love duck. Not my favorite. But the portions are literally, think of the size of a Reese's egg, like an Easter candy Reese's egg.
Yes.
That's the portion size that you're dealing with here.
Now I want a Reese's egg.
I love that. Easter candy is the best candy. But and so it's set daily, so you don't know. So you can't like look at the menu ahead of time. But if you have allergies, you've let them know ahead of time.
Okay. So that's an adult experience that's like, you're not bar crawling.
No, and
then going to Victoria and Albert's.
Also, another thing, great question. Another thing that you should know about this, and if you enjoy a fine dining experience, you probably already know this, but if this is one of your first fine dining experiences, you don't want to be tired. Like, if you're at the park that day, you need to come home, rest, come to the hotel,
Right.
Rest, take time getting ready. And I think that there's only 2 seatings. There's like a 5:00 seating and a 7:00 seating. You don't get to set you can't like pick a time. Everybody seats around the same time. And they may change that after COVID, but that's how it was beforehand. But you definitely don't want to drink your way around the world and then have Victoria and Albert's that night. Great point, Sarah.
Now, were your kids
We had a babysitter.
You had a babysitter.
I had a babysitter.
In Disney?
In Disney.
Did you bring somebody or did you hire a Disney
friend? We had a she's at UCF.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you had somebody you already knew that could babysit the kids at your hotel. You went there. I had a friend who did this recently. They went to Disney with their family, and she has a sister who's like 18, and she brought her along and had like the greatest time. And then 2 or 3 evenings, no, it's okay. 2 or 3 evenings they were able to go out because her sister kept the kids.
And Disney offers babysitting services. Like now you do have to stay in certain resorts. You don't have to stay in certain rooms, but like in my opinion, I'd rather be in a cabin or a villa or a villa.
Hang on.
I was talking about
Go ahead.
The villas.
Yes.
Yeah, I would definitely, like if I was in a regular hotel room that wasn't conjoining with another one, I think that I would not want to have a babysitter because then anyway, think about that. Like if you want to go and have a dining experience and you want to utilize the babysitting services that Disney has,
yes,
you need to think about the room that you're staying in. So anyway, also I have to tell you that I'm back on Instagram.
Oh man.
And I am here. Oh, the truffles, y'all.
Are you looking up Victoria and Albert's?
So I did Victoria and Albert's Disney hashtag. And guess what came up? The coffee maker. The coffee maker. We're going to post the video on there, and y'all cannot judge. Oh, I forgot about the cheese cart. Look at the cheese cart that came out.
What?
Yeah, I love some cheese.
So this is a specific kind of adult experience.
Here we go.
This might be the only thing that you do coming down there.
Yes. These people did a 6-course. I didn't even know that. Oh, this is the 6th course. Excuse me.
Okay.
Victoria and Albert's 6th course was Texas wild boar with elote and salsa verde, surprisingly flavorful. The 7th course, these are the pictures that they posted, Australian Kobe beef with black truffle, don't know how to say any of those words. We also had the add-on of the, don't know how to say this, Japanese beef. I'm going to try it. Miyakatsu. No, all wrong.
Mitsubishi.
There it is. Mitsubishi. Sound out, brown cow. Japanese beef. They were both wonderfully cooked and tasty. I wish I had more, but like, look at the portion sizes. Also, I think that we had some sort of a wild boar on our menu, and it was.
So they're like the size of your fist or smaller.
Was I right in saying an egg, a Reese's egg? Do you feel like that's the same size of what I just showed you?
Some stuff is probably a little bit bigger than that. But I'm guessing that each portion is like maybe a little bit smaller than your fist. So going to Victoria and Albert's.
If you enjoy a fine dining experience, I highly recommend it.
Do you think it's a once in a lifetime thing, or would you do that again?
I think that I'm going to have to do it again with my husband.
Yes.
Scott was very, and it wasn't because of the wine that he didn't get to, it was not because of the wine he didn't get to drink while he was reeling in a marlin that his wife hadn't caught yet. Yeah. It wasn't that. That was not the scenario, and I'm not bitter at all.
I know. I'm like, you're not bitter.
No one's upset about it. Everybody's content.
Yes.
So I'll probably go to Costa Rica, and Scott will probably go to Victoria and Albert's. Yes. It'll be fine. Everybody else switch places here.
And then this will die. This will die.
Everything will be fine. Soccer on Saturdays will go back to normal. So yeah, I think that if Scott had been there, it would have been a one and done.
Okay.
I wouldn't have to go back. Now, if you were to say for your, 35th birthday, because you're 25, basically, you want to go to Victoria and Albert's, I would go for you. Okay. But I'm not going to go out of my way to go back. Does that make sense?
You're not like trying to create another experience.
Correct.
Other than just doing it with Scott.
Yes.
Because
I would like to do it with Scott. Yes. I think that he would enjoy it very much so. In fact, when we went down with the Buttdorfs in 2000 No. It was after COVID.
Okay.
Sorry, my tummy's growling again.
Because we're looking at all this food. It looks so good.
So many food pictures. We had reservations.
Okay.
And they just in case they were to open back up.
Okay.
And they called and they said that they were not going to, because it was right at the beginning, I think. Anyway, yes, it was a one and done experience. I would like to experience it with Scott. But after that, unless somebody says, and I would be willing to pay for it again. Like, again, if you were to say, that's what I want to do for my 40th birthday,
right,
I would say, yes, I'll do it. Period. End of discussion.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Also,
another restaurant that I love that is like an adult menu is the Flying Fish on the boardwalk.
Oh, yes. I've heard that that's a really, really good restaurant.
It's just a good restaurant. It's good food.
Okay.
I would equate it to like a, okay, if you're from Jacksonville, all the nice restaurants at the town center, like the Capitol Grill type things. I would say that it's like, it would fit over there in that circle.
Okay. Okay.
It's not really a circle, but I know you know what I mean.
Yes, I totally know what you mean. I think it's interesting because there's different kind of adult experiences you can have at Disney. When you want to go and do a thing with a group of friends or your girlfriends and do the different monorail like bar crawl thing and get a drink at each place. We did that.
Yes.
Going to Trader Sam's, going to Enchanted Rose. And then did we do anything at the Contemporary?
No. Did we?
I don't think that we did. Because like really the only place to go there.
Yeah, you're right. We didn't. Did we park
California
the car
there? Grill. We may have parked our car there and then.
Wait a second. I've got to rewind. I'm so sorry for interrupting you.
No. What is it?
Let's talk about one in a theme park, the Brown Derby. Y'all, Sarah, how many Instagrams have I sent you? My tummy is about to growl. It's about to growl again.
That meal and that experience.
I talked to somebody about this recently. I was like, I need that experience here.
Yes.
So I know we've talked about this before because we recapped that whole trip.
Yes.
Y'all, we went up, we walked right in and we sat outside and we sat there for, what was it, 11 o'clock that we got there?
Yes.
Maybe 12. We sat out there for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh, easy.
We each had a cocktail. We split the salad,
the sliders,
and I don't even know what else.
Fries.
But y'all, it was
so good.
Such a great, it was a high-end lunch experience is what it was.
Yes.
I don't know if I would go back for dinner. Only because I'm thinking to myself, I'm in the theme park. And I just don't know. Like, if I'm going to have a nice dining experience, I don't want to be sweaty.
Right.
For dinner, I should say.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to be like, I've been walking around the park all day.
Yeah, that was nice because we kind of took our time. We slept in that day.
Yes.
And then got up, got some coffee.
And then went straight there.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of got to relax and chill. Now, if I could come from an environment like that and then go to dinner there, I think I would do it too.
Yes.
But we were able to people watch, which if you know me, that is like,
That's the thing. I think that made it so great for us specifically because the three of us enjoy just kind of taking our time with something like that, having like one drink. And the people watching was just so fantastic.
I love to play scenarios.
Yes. We weren't in a hurry.
No rush.
There was a social media influencer next to us.
Yes.
And then the people watching. It was all the best.
And with Disney and people watching, this is something important. I love creating scenarios. And I'm pretty sure that I've done it with you and Ashley. Scott and I love to play this game. I want to know like everything about you based on what I'm witnessing. And I hope that people play this game with me because I'm sure that you see me and you're like, this girl. But I love to like create the scenario in my head. Like they flew in from Ohio. They've been here for a week and a half. She's about to kill somebody.
Yes.
Or like they live right around the corner. They're just here for lunch.
Yes.
So I love to play these scenarios out in my head watching people at Disney. It's just so fun.
I mean, because you're getting a very wide range of people.
Yes.
For people watching.
Yes.
So that was great. That was very much like a casual kind of experience you do with, friends or your girlfriends. We've done it before where like we did the bar crawl. I heard your stomach that time. You're hungry.
I know.
So we did the bar crawl. You've done Victoria and Albert's. I mean, I know that people go and they do adult experiences just going to Hollywood Studios and Epcot.
Yes.
And they just go back and forth because you can do Skyliner and you can hit up like the Riviera. And I think that Caribbean Beach does have some sort of like bar-ish, like Sebastian's Bistro, I think is a pretty good place. So they'll do that kind of thing. But I'm definitely like a certain time of year, do I want to do that because it's so much outdoor stuff.
And it's a trip. Like that, you're going for a different trip. When you're going down there to do Food and Wine Festival and to eat and drink your way around the world or whatever in Epcot, I mean, Hollywood Studios, you're going for that experience.
Right.
You're not going for... Like Scott Brannick wants to tour the foods at Disney when he goes, and he gets mad when that's not an option. Like he wants to go and eat the good foods. And I'm like, dude, it's not that kind of trip.
Right.
Different trip.
Well, and you know, a lot of people, some of people might be listening and are like, listen, I'm not spending $100 a ticket to get into these parks just to pay more to eat and drink.
Yeah.
Doing some of this stuff. You have to know what you're going there to do. You can still hit up some rides and do some things like at Hollywood Studios and at Epcot in between doing some of this stuff.
Right.
I highly recommend doing that where you have one part of the day where you're doing that and the rest of the day you're kind of more so enjoying like being casual, walking around, eating and drinking between the two parks. But you have to kind of go into it knowing that you're going to do that. Like Emily and her friends, they went and they didn't even go into the parks.
Oh, yeah.
They stayed at the Waldorf.
Yes.
And had a pool experience, which sounded like so lovely. And
Where
then
is the Waldorf?
Is
that over in Bonnet Creek?
No, that's where the Four Seasons is. But I think the Waldorf is there. The Four Seasons is over by the campground.
Scott went to that restaurant at the Four Seasons. Yes, when he was there for the Builders Show.
Okay.
That was in Orlando. He went to the Four Seasons restaurant and he was like, this was his response. It was good. And I was like, good as in we should go back. And he was like, I wouldn't mind going back, but it was good. And so that, I don't know, that kind of set that tone. Yeah. For Scott, if Scott loves a restaurant, he's going back to a restaurant. There's no question about it.
Huh. Well, I mean, I heard from them that they had like the best time.
Yeah.
They did not go into a park. They went down there. They stayed at the Waldorf. They did the pool. They went to Topolino's Terrace.
Topolino's Terrace. What is that?
It's a bar and restaurant.
Oh, this is where Emily got overserved. So sorry, Emily, for calling you that.
At the top of the Riviera. And it's really like a really fun place, a really fun atmosphere.
I need to spell this out. Also, if my stomach growls one more time, I'm going to have to go get it like a snack. Topolino's Terrace.
Like it's an Italian restaurant. They have, they have a pretty extensive wine list. They have a cocktail menu. The food
that's where they have a character breakfast in the morning. But do not be Flavors of the Riviera. Let's go to their website. Is that where you're on?
Yeah, I'm looking at the menu right now and they have,
oh man, that looks so good.
Like they have salmon, they have a veal chop, filet mignon, they have pastas.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry.
You know, I mean, it's all Italian, but it's like upscale Italian food. And so that is also an experience that you can have where like you go down there, stay at a nice hotel that has a pool with your girlfriends.
Oh my gosh,
and
the
then
Riviera.
Yes.
That was the best.
Yes, and you go and stay.
I can't even pronounce half this stuff.
I know.
Also, I'm going to be honest with you. This is somewhat reasonably priced for what you're getting. Filet mignon, $54, and it comes with sides.
Yes.
If you're going to Ruth's Chris, you're paying $54 for a filet, and you don't get sides.
Right.
The veal chop is $52. That's very reasonable, and you get Brussels and something else I can't pronounce.
Yes.
I hope that all of y'all go onto these websites and look at this food, and if y'all are like, it's pronounced blah, 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 please let me know.
Let us know, okay? We're not
handcrafted
ashamed
pasta.
of
I'm
mispronouncing of stuff.
I know
We're
who
doing
I
the best
am.
we can.
Let's do cocktails with alcohol. Oh, I clicked without.
Oh, so the other kind of experience that we'll have to talk about.
Wait, I have to interrupt you for a second. I texted Scott Brannick. Do you remember what we had at Citricos in Disney with the Wishaws? Yes. What did we have? I can't remember.
Oh my gosh.
I cannot.
It's like he remembers the experience, but
Not
you know
the
what we
food.
should do? I'm going to look up the menu and maybe it'll help your memory a little bit.
I want to say Caitlin and I both got the short ribs.
Okay.
This is a really good this Topo Chino. What's it called? Topo Chico? Topo Chico. What's
Topo
this?
Chico.
What's this?
Topolino's. Topo Chico's that drink that you like now.
Yes.
So
this is nice.
Yes. So they said that they had a great time. It was just like a weekend experience with, with girls. And so you can do anything like this, any combination. You can go to Topolino's, you can go to Citricos and do, the Grand Floridian Spa. Now, the Grand Floridian, did you hear that it's getting a makeover?
No.
Yes. They're going to renovate. They're going to give it like a good makeover because it really needs it. It hasn't really had an update.
The carpet is rough.
Yes. So they're going to do a makeover. So it's like, it's going to be great.
So
like,
are they going to close that?
I think so.
Oh my gosh, they're going to charge so much more money.
I know, but it's already a lot.
When do they start?
I'm not sure exactly. We can look that up, but there are so many different combinations, right, of like trips that you can do. You can go and stay at the JW and you can go to dinner somewhere else. You can do like a bar crawl one night.
Yes.
During the day, you can do the pool.
Yeah.
Citricos. So let me see if you remember this. That's what I should do. Short ribs.
Yes. Is that on the menu?
Barbecued short ribs.
Yes.
Yep. There's golden tilefish.
Yeah.
Florida cobia.
Not what I had.
A New York strip. Filet mignon.
Mm-mm.
So I bet you did get the short ribs.
I think I got the short ribs.
Because it had grits and Brussels sprouts.
Starting March 1st, Disney's Grand Floridian and Spa will be undergoing refurbishments. So starting March 1st. So it's already started.
It's already started. So that's going to be, I think, a great place and well worth it just to go because they have, they have a spa, they have a pool, and they have really good restaurants. So there are lots of different adult experiences that
I think Scott
you can go down and do.
Sorry, I think Scott got the smoked duck breast as a appetizer. I think that we got that and the pork belly as an appetizer. Let's look at the entrees. Sorry, everyone. I think
oh gosh, they have orange blossom flan. That is definitely what Lawton would be getting. He loves
very Cuban
flan.
of him.
It's just ridiculous.
He's not Cuban, just so everybody knows.
He's not. He just loves flan.
I definitely got a side of the truffle mac and cheese. Let me tell you something right now. You know who loves mac and cheese? This girl right here. If it's on your menu, I'm getting it.
Really?
And I'm going to talk to you about it. Like, I'm going to talk to the waitstaff about it. Oh, man.
Did you?
This is like, if Scott could divorce me over one thing, it is my obsession with mac and cheese and talking to the waitstaff about it. We'll go to Ruth's Chris and I'll be like, can I get the lobster mac and cheese with no lobster in it? And can you add bacon in it? And they do it. And every time he's like, why can't you just get it? And I'm like, if they couldn't do it, they'd say no.
Yes. Oh
but
my gosh.
Anytime I go and I'm talking to you about it. Tell me about your mac and cheese. What does it taste like? Is it home cooked? Does it taste like your mom's? Like tell me about it. And every time the people are like, I don't know, it's noodles and cheese, lady.
What's wrong with you? To wrap up, adults at Disney, segue. The one thing, what would be your one thing that you would like to say in terms of this is why we kind of had to not play the last one because we talked about the adults we don't like at Disney.
There is a bad rap.
Yes.
There's a bad rap.
So
is that the right?
Let's make it like a 1 minute kind of thing from each of us where it is possible to do an adult Disney trip and it not be weird. And it not be matching t-shirts. But if you want to be matching t-shirts, that's totally fine.
Dana and I did matching t-shirts.
Yeah, it's totally fine. But if it's not your thing, then you don't have to do it.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And if you, so there are people who take Disney to the next. My dad, for example, takes Disney to the next level every time. Now he's not like dressing in character. Thank God he's not dressing in character when he goes to the park.
Oh, I would love that.
But there are people who do that. Mm-hmm. And if that is not the journey you want to be on, you don't have to be on that journey.
No. You don't have to dress up as full on as a character.
Like I just wear shorts and a t-shirt.
Right. Or Disney bound.
Yes.
You're kind of looking like a character. You're wearing the colors of it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's fun for some things, but you don't have to do that.
Yeah. I think that for the Wishalls, for example, I think that is what Hunter thought he was going to. That's what he was going to experience.
Yes.
And I think that is a fear that a lot of people who haven't been since they were 5 or have never been. Like they think an adult going to Disney, it's going to be adults dressed up as the stormtroopers and
Figment popcorn buckets, you know.
And that is not, it's not always like, if that's the journey you want to be on, you can be on that journey.
Yeah, more power to you.
But if you're going to be like us, wearing our athleisure, sipping your way around the world,
right,
that's also a journey you can be on.
Yeah. So definitely, you know, keep Disney in mind when you're thinking about having an adult experience, to adult vacation or whatever. It's like, you know, we talked about Adventures by Disney. You're having a Disney kind of experience with the service.
And if you're in Florida, that's 2 hours. Orlando is 2 hours from everyone.
Right.
It's 2 hours from Miami. It's 2 hours from, well, it's like an hour and a half from Tampa. And if you're looking for a nice getaway experience that is enjoyable and delicious,
with lots of options,
of options of what to do, and great resort opportunities, I think that should be on your agenda.
Yes, because the thing is that, like, so if I go on a couple's trip or something, and my husband is involved in planning, like, we're all gonna go hiking, and we're all gonna like
when we
do
go to
lots
Costa
of
Rica.
Yeah, there's gonna be lots of activity, and we're not sitting, and you know, there's just lots of activity athletic wise involved in that. But like, he doesn't really want to go to like Savannah and just walk around. Like he's not into that. I mean, we could do a tour or something, but
what
he kind
a
of
great
wants,
comparison.
Yeah.
But
like,
he's fine with going to Disney.
But he's fine going to Disney because there's lots of different things to do. Like, we can go into the parks. We can go to the pool. We can.
Also, you're meeting, like, I don't, like, the gardens are beautiful. Yeah.
There's a lot of different options if you go down there, and you don't have to have the same experience as everybody else. You can kind of a la carte create your own kind of adult experience and stay toward, if you want to stay
I feel like it's cleaner. Like, if you love to go to
100%.
a Savannah and do a bar crawl, that's totally fine.
Right.
But I feel like in Disney, if you're a group of women and you love the idea of a Savannah, but you know that at 11 o'clock it's not always safe, right? It's 2022.
Yeah, I was going to say,
it's not
like,
always safe. There is no, I feel like I could walk around with like cash attached to my body at Disney World and it would be fine.
Yeah. I'm not concerned for my safety if I'm just going down there with, you know, you and Ashley, if we're going on a girls trip. I'm not concerned about that. We can be up, you know, super late, and
I could be walking through a dark parking lot and I think I'd feel safe in Disney.
Yes. Yeah. We don't recommend it, but
I don't know. I'll try it and I'll report back.
Okay.
Or maybe not.
Maybe you won't be able to. So consider adult Disney, you know, like, as your adult kind of trip getaway. Do it with, you know, a group of girlfriends, you know, some couples. We've done it both ways, and we've heard of other people doing it both ways too. And you can do it in the parks or not do it in the parks. Yeah. So consider that. Let us know on our Instagram when we post some of the pictures that Elizabeth has from Victoria and Albert's.
I'm sending them right now.
If you have had some of these experiences, I'd love to hear from your adult experience and like what your recommendations are. I'm sure there's lots of things that we didn't hit. I'm sure there's an adult experience about, you know, the Galactic Star Cruiser, and we just haven't even touched on that because that's not our journey. But I know that's the journey that some people have.
Including my father.
It's great. So good. So that's adult Disney for us. We didn't even go super into food and wine, but we will do that on the next episode.
On the next episode.